The first thing I'm going to do is open the file. Click File Open, navigate to the file, and click Open. I have my file copied to the clipboard, so I'm just going to Control N, Control V, and the image is going to be pasted in there. So now we have our image. So our objective here is to cut these two tables out in this picture. The first tool we're going to use is the magnetic lasso. Over in the Tools menu, click and hold down the mouse on the lasso tool and you'll get the options for all the different lassos. Click the one at the bottom and it's the magic lasso tool. Click on the edge of the image and begin to trace. The magic lasso tool will create points as you trace your image. If you want to create your own point, just click. I find it useful to make your manual click when you start drawing like the different angles. So if I'm at the top tracing across the top and I'm going to start going down the left side, I'll make a click before I start doing the left side. I'm going to speed up the video here so you don't have to watch me trace the whole table. Once you get back to the beginning, click on your starting point and your selection will be completed. The next thing we're going to jump into is the quick mask. You can just push Q on your keyboard or select it from the bottom of the tool menu. You will notice everything outside of our selection is now in a red color. We'll zoom in here to fix any imperfections in the selections. Select the brush tool from the menu or push B. You can change the size of your brush by using the bracket keys on your keyboard, or just choose a different size from the top and under the brush properties. When we use the brush tool, we are basically painting what we do not want in our selection. So I'll go ahead and click to remove some of the areas I do not want. As you can see, my brush is actually wrong for this. I want a more defined edge on my brush, so I will jump into the brush properties and select a solid brush. You can tell that the brush has a solid edge because the sample is not blurred like this brush. So now I'm going to go through and just remove any areas from my selection that I do not want. You could spend as much time on this as you want, but I'm just going to quickly go through this just to give you the general idea. To add our selection, we're going to use the eraser tool. You can select it from the Tools menu, or you can just push E on the keyboard. I'm going to change the size of the eraser tool by using the bracket keys, or you can use the property tools at the top. I'm going to go through this and quickly add and remove areas from my selection. Once you're done, you get to exit the quick mask by pressing Q again or selecting it from the bottom of the Tools menu. So now that we have both tables selected, I'm going to go into the selection menu and click on Refine Edge. The settings that you use are up to you, but I will give you a general starting point. We'll start with a radius of 1 and then we'll jump to the feather. Feather will blur the edges of your selection, so any imperfections will be less obvious. Next is the smooth. It'll create a smoother outline. And the shift edge, this will add to your entire selection or make the selection smaller. You could see there's a little red at the top of both of these tables. So I'm actually going to reduce this shift edge, and you could see it's removing that red that was our background before. Once you're done with these settings, just click OK, and for the last step, you can go into Edit Copy or Control C, and then File New or Control N to create a new document. And then Edit Paste or Control V, and it'll paste your new cutout tables into a new document. To save this file, go to File, Save As, name it whatever you want to name it, and then click .jpeg from the drop-down menu. Then another option will come up, just leave the quality at 8. And that's it. There you go. There you have your image.